Assalamu alaikum, welcome to Bidaya Screencast. Today's lesson is lesson 4, which discusses letters with kasra, and we will split this page into 3 main sections, similar to the lesson about fatha. The first section is mainly to familiarize the student with kasra and the sound it makes, as well as the fact that it's underneath the letter, unlike the fatha which was drawn on top of the letters. So the student begins just by reading through all the alphabet with kasra, letter by letter. For example, Jim, kasra, Ji, Sheen, kasra, Shi, and so forth, until he or she has a general idea of how the kasra is drawn and where it goes underneath the letter. The next part of this page is used for the instructor's help when teaching the student and explaining the words line by line. As we did with kasra, the first box, which explains 2 words, 2-letter words, refers to the first line, and the second box refers to lines 2, 3, and 4, and finally the last line helps the student with the last box helps the student with the final line, 4-letter words. Underneath each of these boxes, we can see the illustrations of the hands, which can be used again for a visual aid in teaching the student the sound of kasra. While fatha was a straight forward hand motion, kasra will be downward. So you could see for the word bi, ka, first kasra with downward hand and then fatha with straight hand, bi, ka, and so forth for the rest of the boxes. When the student is reading these lines, we'd like to focus on, again, splitting the word into syllables, which will make it easier to read for the student. So, for example, the first word, bi, ka, we'll split it in half. First bi, and then ka. And the ba with the kasra you can see is in red, because for every lesson we'll focus on the vowel of interest with red font. And beneath, on line 2, we have a 3-letter word, which we will split into first 2 letters and then the last letter. So ha, si, ba, ba. As we move down all the way to line 5, which has a 4-letter word, we will split it into half, 2 letters at a time. So bi'i, sa, mi, bi'i, sa, mi. And in this way, the student can read all 5 lines, and if necessary, he or she can try spelling. And the spelling technique, although we left it behind in the previous lessons, if necessary, the student can use it. For example, ba, kasra, bi, kaf, fatha, ka, bi, ka. Another reminder is that we don't want the student to stop on the 3rd letter of the word with sukun. For example, ajiba should not be read as ajib. It's ajiba. We don't want to add sukun to the final letter of the word. Jazakumullah khair. Always remember to refer to the workbook, Bidaya's website, instructor's manual, as well as the Bidaya flashcards for extra help and practice. And Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.